All right, go ahead.
You good?
You know what I'm saying? Read that 24 again.
That 26 again.
24.
He that loves me not keeps not my saying, and the word which you hear is not mine, but the Father which sent
The
me.
word that you hear is not mine.
These things have I spoken unto you, being yet present with you.
These words not, if he's present with you, that means he's charged about doing some business then. If he's with you, that means he's working, right? Go ahead.
But the Comforter, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I have said unto you.
So he said the Ruach would come and bring all things. Get me 1 John 2 and 27, bro. Stanley, get me 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1. You know, marriage is a very hard thing. It's a real serious endeavor, not to be taken lightly. You know what I'm saying? Now, I done told all y'all this here before. I tell every woman in here who's not married or on this phone that's not married, you got to make sure you find a man that you would submit and follow who really strong in y'all. If you chose a man who wasn't strong in y'all, I would tell you that you are a simple-minded individual. You know what I'm saying? If you were a man, you would want to choose a woman who would want... I mean, I done told y'all before, that's not the number one reason, but if that is not first and foremost, that is a problem. Because that goes without saying for every last one of us, that you would want a woman who serves y'all and you would want a man who serves y'all in ruach and in truth. That's a gift. So if that is not even present, they couldn't even be considered. You know what I'm saying? Anything else is irrelevant. There's no way in the world I can see myself dealing with a woman who don't want to do this. Well, I even have to guess. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight on that. Because the last thing the book tell you to dwell with a contentious woman, it's better for you to dwell on the housetop. Yeah, right on your roof. And if I had to deal with a woman who I would have to fight to get her to follow this, I would have to put her out, because I can't live here. And then as a woman, I'm sitting here telling you because it's very imperative, because you got to listen to everything your husband says, unless it goes against the word. You got to listen to everything he says. If you don't trust his judgment to lead you in righteousness, that doesn't make sense, because the burden is a little heavier on y'all than it is on the man. You know, the man got to provide and protect and to lead. That's a heavy burden in itself. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to look at, will I follow him? Where will he lead me? Because he could lead you straight to hell if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying? And a woman can corrupt you straight to hell if you're not careful. Because we seen what happened to Ahab. We seen what happened with Solomon. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you got the right thing. Because you know what I'm saying? When it comes to this right here, if you're going to do this. Now, if you in the word, you do what you want to do. Come on, son.
First Yehukanah 2
And 27.
27.
Look what he tell you.
But the anointing which you have received.
Give me 25 instead.
And this is the promise.
What's the promise?
That he has promised us.
Remember now, he's got to stay home with his wife for a year and cheer up, right? Come on.
Even eternal life.
Eternal life.
These things which I have written unto you concerning them that seduce you.
Mm-hmm.
The anointing which you have received of him abide in you.
You see, he said he write these things for those who try to seduce you to get you to go against y'all. You better remember, we just talked about that Wednesday with the serpent. He was seducing her to go against her husband. And what did she do? She went against her husband because she was stupid. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead.
But the anointing which you have received of him abide in you. And ye need not that any man teach you, but as the same anointing teacheth you all things, and is true, and is no lie.
Oh, that's good. Y'all know what Matthew chapter 5 about verse 3 say? It say, Baruch to those that mourn. Why? Because they will be comforted. So when we look at it, talking about staying with your wife a year to cheer her up, that's talking about cheering you up with the Ruach HaKodesh. Because he said that my joy I leave you with, and my joy shall remain. Not the joy that the world gives you. You know what I'm talking about? Because guess what happens when he say he stay at home with his wife? The Ruach dwell in you, he's staying at home with you. Constantly while the Ruach is in you, that should cheer you up, because you would have the joy of y'all. But you know why you would have it? Because you believe. Because he said you can't get it unless you believe on him, as the scripture have said. And then just like we were talking about last night, a man want to be friends of him who have gifts. The man who got the gift is Yahushua. To get the gift, you got to be his friend. To be his friend, you got to believe him, and you got to obey him. You know what I'm saying? So when we look at him talking about staying home to cheer up his wife, he was talking about cheering us up with eternal life. You know how happy you should be if the word dwell in you and you dwell in the word. Like it's really in you. I ain't talking about you just happy because you're dealing with. I'm talking about it's in you. It's in you. You know what I'm saying? This is what I done told y'all before. It's got to go from, this stuff got to go from being words on the page to this got to be actually in you. It's got to be actually in you. The only way it's going to be in you is because you believe it. So this is what he sat back and did. Remember, he took him a new wife. He died to get his wife. You know what I'm saying? And then resurrected to get his wife. And then after he did that, he said, I'm going to stay home with her and cheer her up. And he cheered her up with the word. You know what I'm saying? Don't that make you happy? That should make y'all happy when you read it, right? You should get some comfort from it. 1 Peter 3 and 1 or something.
Likewise, he wise.
Now I want y'all to catch what he say right here and don't be stupid when you hear it now.
Likewise, he wise, be in subjection to your own husband. That if any obey not the word, they also may, without the word, be won by.
You know what this is telling you? This is not telling you that, because I done seen more men do it. You know what I'm saying? This is talking about people who are already married, and you start dealing with the word, and your husband don't. He's telling you, win them, not talking to them without the word, with the word, but win them with your behavior. Not go find you somebody, and then hope they do. You know what I'm saying? That's not what he's telling you. That's why he say if anybody have a husband who obey not. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know, boy, Yah's not going to link no Kadeshim with no transgressor. She's not going to do that. Come on.
They also may be without the word, be won by the conversations of the
You're
wives.
going to be won by the behavior of the wife. If a woman wants to win her husband over, all she got to do is obey the word. That will get it. If he doing something that's not right, all you got to do is just follow the word. That will win him. Because it'll put him to a shame. He'll feel bad by himself. Come on.
While they behold your chaste conversations.
While they behold your chaste, strict. Come on, watch it. I'm not playing over again.
While they behold your chaste conversations coupled with fear, whose adorning let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting of the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet.
You know, we talked about that when we did tabernacles the first time. That it would be imperative for every woman, and not just the women, because you can apply it to the men too, that they be of a quiet and meek spirit, to have that hidden woman that's on the inside. Because when that man actually see the manifestation of walking like a virtuous woman should walk, that would win him over. If he was doing things that were contrary to the word. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to win him over. We're talking about, that's if you already married. Come on.
Which is in the sight of Yah of great price. For after this manner in the old times, the Kodash women also who trusted in Yah adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him master, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid.
Now let's look at the main part, what we coming here for. Come on with verse 7.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge given.
Now I'm going to ask y'all a question, gentlemen. What would you think that would mean to dwell with your wife according to knowledge? That's something that every last man in this room and every man on this phone at a period of time, you not necessarily may have it off the rip, but you should grow into it over a period of time. What does it mean to dwell with your wife according to knowledge? Any of you brothers got any idea? Huh?
Wisdom.
Let's look at Proverbs 1 and 7. Matter of fact, make it Proverbs 8 and 13. There you go.
Actually, 8 and 13.
Come on.
The fear of Yahuwah is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the forward mouth do I hate.
So the first thing we know, to dwell with your wife, you wouldn't be proud over her, you wouldn't be arrogant towards her, and you would hate to do any evil to her. Come on.
Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am
Make
understanding.
it verse 10. That might be what I want. 13 worked well though.
Verse 10. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom
My
is...
bad, it's 9 and 13.
Verse 9.
Chapter 9 and verse 13.
Chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman...
That ain't what I want either. What a verse that, man?
Verse 10.
There you go.
For the fear of Yahuwah is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Kudash is understanding.
That's understanding. That's the knowledge. So the knowledge of the son is understanding. So you should dwell with your wife according to knowledge. So again, brother, I ask you this question. How would you dwell with your wife according to knowledge? Not just with that done now. We try to get specific. That's too general. That's too easy. How would you dwell with your wife according to knowledge? What is the knowledge? It's to know, right? So, okay, but to know y'all, but we need specifics. That's too simple. We need specifics. How would you dwell with your wife according to knowledge?
Being proud,
Hating all types of
arrogant.
We got that. Okay, but Yahushua said he came in his Father's name, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are the attributes of his Father's name?
Y'all salvation.
What is the attributes of his Father's name? According to the Torah. You know the Torah, you should know.
It's love, kindness, and merciful to
34 and 4. 34 and 4. That's what I'm talking about. I want you to start thinking and sit back looking at pinpoint. I'm talking about pinpoint accuracy to know. If I'm dwelling with my wife according to knowledge, that means I'm going to dwell with her abundance of goodness and truth, love, kindness, mercy, all these type of things. Because he said giving honor to the weaker vessel. He understood that we were weaker vessels, as that we were dust and ashes. You know what I'm saying?
Deuteronomy.
Exodus, I should mean 34 and 5. That's what I'm talking about. That's something that all of us got. Because sometimes you can forget it. It's a certain time once you sit back, you forget to be kind to your wife. We got to remember, y'all ain't never forget to be kind to us. You know what I'm saying? You can forget to be good to your wife. Y'all ain't never forgot to be good to us.
Shamut 34 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahuwah descended in the cloud
And what he said?
and stood with him there and proclaimed the name of Yahuwah.
And what he said?
And Yahuwah passed by before him and proclaimed Yahuwah, Elohim, merciful, gracious.
Hold on. Merciful. So that's the first thing you sit back and do. You dwell with your wife according to knowledge. You would dwell with her with mercy. Remember, Hamashiach came and he showed mercy. You know what I'm talking about? When they wanted to stone that woman for committing adultery, what did he do?
Show mercy.
He showed mercy. So that's the first thing a man gonna have to sit back and look at to understand when he dwelling with his wife according to knowledge is to show mercy. Come on.
Gracious.
Graciousness or favor. Hold on. Favor. We know grace or graciousness means undeserved gift of favor. So you know what that tells us to do? That means that tell a man to do things for your wife for no reason whatsoever other than because she is your wife. That's what that's telling you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what, he didn't have to die for you. He didn't have to send you no ruach. He didn't have to redeem you. He could have cast you off and got another woman, but he did not do that. He devised the means the way he could take him a new wife and stay with her for a year to cheer her up. So that means show graciousness or compassion and love and favor to your wife for no reason whatsoever other than because you love her. Come on.
Long suffering.
That means patience even when she do something that done got on your absolute last nerve. You know what I'm talking about? Even to the point where you feel like I'm going to put this nigga out and don't you never come back around here again. Here is your bill of divorce. So you got to show that patience with your wife. Come on.
Abundance of good and truth.
Goodness, that goes to part where I was talking about leading them by the word. What is good? The law, the Torah is good. What is truth? Yahushua say he the way, the truth, and the life. The book say Torah is true. So how could a woman not want a man who is abundant in that? Because that's what the man's supposed to be dwelling her with, according to goodness and truth, according to the word how he's supposed to dwell. That's how you're going to dwell with your wife according to, like I said, I ain't going to get too deep, because then we could go show a Mashiach doing all this. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just sitting back to look at the key points of understanding on, that's what we're supposed to do as a man. Come on.
Keeping mercy for thousands.
And guess what and what else?
Forgiving iniquity and transgression.
Oh, man. So if you do something wrong to your wife or she do something wrong to you, you ought to forgive her. Get Colossians chapter 3, probably about verse 14. Not you, though. You have 1 Peter, right? Come on back to 1 Peter chapter 3. Get me Colossians 3, about verse 14. It might be about 20. See, that's why you say you find your wife, you obtain the favor of Yahuwah. Yahushua obtained that favor. He got eternal life when he found his wife. He got a kingdom. He got a land. He got a place to take her to live. He got her everything she needed. Why? Because he left from his father and his mother's house to cleave to his wife. Go ahead, sir.
Verse what?
Where you stop at? Verse 7. 1 Peter 3 and 7, everybody. 1 Peter 3 and 7.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
You see how he turned around and he gave honor unto us? Don't John chapter 12 about verse 24 say, he that honoreth me, my Father will honor likewise? Then we already read in the 14th chapter, John the 23rd verse, he that love me and keep my words, my Father will love him also. That's what we mean. That's what I want you to get in your mind when you hear dwell with her according to knowledge. When you think about dwelling her according to knowledge, you're going to think about dwelling with her according to how Yah dwells with us. You know what I'm saying? And this should start to gravitate and move your mind to start dealing with and treating her in that fashion. Will you do it overnight? No. You know what I'm saying? Could you do it in the first year? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to grow and mature into it, and y'all will grow into it together. Because we're not even going to touch the other side of how the woman should conduct herself quite yet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a way that she's supposed to roll too. Come on.
And as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
You already said heirs or inheritors. So that means these are two believers that are together. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's telling you, heirs together. Because he say when you dwell with her according to knowledge, she dwell with you by submitting to you, then y'all prayers not going to be stopped. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're not dwelling with each other like that, your prayers could be stopped. Because he may hear her, and he might not hear you, and then this stuff just bad, and he just say, I ain't going to listen to nobody. Come on.
Finally, be ye all of one mind.
Be a what?
One mind.
A what?
One mind.
Don't the word tell you I give them one heart and one way to follow me? You should have one mind to serve y'all. Y'all should think alike. You know what I'm saying? Have the same goal, the same purpose, the same call. Stuff can't be right if two people trying to do in two different directions. It definitely can't be right if the woman try to lead right along with that man. And it definitely ain't going to work right if the man ain't got the testicle to lead. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to work. That means they got to be a one heart, one mind, and they got to roll. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're one heart and one mind, that means Yahusha come first in every single solitary thing. And he don't come first, this is not going to work. Since I said that, give me Telahim 127. Psalm 127. With any relationship you build, I wouldn't care if it was for marriage. I wouldn't care if it was your job. I wouldn't care what it is you were doing. Just listen to what the man finna tell you.
Leave 127.
Verse 1.
Except Yahuwah build the house, they labor in vain
Boy,
to build it.
he say, boy, that stuff there worthless if y'all ain't got nothing to do with it. You try to build something and y'all ain't build it and y'all hand ain't in it. You build it for nothing. It's worthless. It's worthless. Go read it again.
Except Yahuwah build the house, they labor in vain that build it.
Go ahead.
Except Yahuwah keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
Everything gonna be for nothing. Everything gonna be for nothing. That's why the man got to dwell with his wife in goodness and truth. Because then it would be built upon a rock. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be built on. If it's not built on that, then guess what that means? Y'all ain't building that house. And if he's not building that house, everything you're gonna do is for nothing. It's gonna fall down because he ain't got nothing to do with it. So when we look at it as black people, that's the #1 reason why our marriages is messed up. Why our families are messed up. Because we not built on, you go look at Sunday churches, who you seeing most of?
Women.
And what do them women try to turn around and do?
Preach.
Not just preach, try to find a man and coax him to do that with him. You know what I'm saying? But it never works that way because that's not how y'all set it up. Because you ain't supposed to be trying to coax no man to do nothing. He's supposed to be coming through to show the woman that this is what you ought to want to follow. That's why we in trouble, because the men ain't standing up and not leading. They not being men. So therefore, because remember, some of y'all wouldn't, he may remember, when we were doing that debate about can women preach or teach, that's what them dudes kept talking about is women brought them in. Women brought them in. How could you say a woman can't do this and a woman can't do that? And they'd be like, well, if the men ain't doing their job, then somebody got to do it. And that's why the women got the mentality of that they can coax a man into doing this here when that's not how y'all ever set it up to be.
Oh.
He never set it up to be for that. You supposed to sat back and seen what really was set up is that your family would have gave you to a young man whose family was of good reputation and they would have known who they were giving their daughter to. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have known, hey, you know, we know Brother Joseph around the corner. You know what I'm saying? He got a son. These people are a good report. They live like this. They do like this. I'm going to give my daughter to him. Because I know what type of family that I'm going to be giving my daughter to. Now we're not in that state. So a woman had to sit back and look at what type of man you going to choose to lead you if saving your soul is what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because if he don't have the wherewithal and the capabilities to serve y'all, you're going to make a horrible decision. If serving y'all is what your objective is, you're going to make a horrible decision. On the flip side, if a man says that serving y'all is what his objective is, and he chooses a woman who don't want to do this, this is going to be the woman who's going to be teaching your children. You know what I'm talking about? So if she is a transgressor and an unbeliever, guess what she going to teach your kids to be? Because when you not around, she going to slide that stuff in. See, your daddy be tripping. See, come on over here. See, daddy don't know I got these pork chops in here. See, I spray this stuff around in the house. Get the smell out before you get it. You know what I'm saying? Run around there to your grandma's house. I know dudes who in them positions where they dealing with a woman who don't want to do this and they fighting because they hate, man. She taking the kids around there to the people's house for Christmas Day dinner and gifts and all that type of stuff. That's ugly. That's ugly. That's ugly. That ain't no battle you want to be fighting. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no battle you want to be fighting. Come on, Ephesians 5:25, ladies. Long so you get up and do it. That's why I sit back and tell you. Just like you said, right? Just like we know, I ain't gonna get into it today, but we know Proverbs 31 say that a man's heart ought to safely trust in his wife. You know what I'm talking about? So that means for the men, you got to find a woman you can give your heart to. You know what I'm saying? You know, as a woman, you know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do what you got to do, take care of that household. To be a submissive and upright woman to your husband. To give him the strength and encouragement that he needs. That's why he said, I give you a help me. That means you are an assister. You assist this man in his endeavors. You know what I'm talking about? If you ain't got a woman that's going to assist you in what you're doing, you ain't got you nothing. You know what I'm saying? If she's not going to encourage you when you're low, you ain't got you nothing. You know what I'm saying? If she ain't going to give you that push you need to reach what you trying to reach, you ain't got you nothing. She ain't got a kind word for you, you ain't got you nothing. If all she going to do is kick, scream, and fight with you, because the book say a foolish woman pluck down her house, say a wise woman build it up. So you got to sit back and look at that. Just because she pretty, he said a fair woman without discretion is like a pig with an apple in his mouth. It look good, that thing is defiled, that's unclean. You know what I'm saying? Just messed all up. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we already know that favor is deceitful, beauty is vain, but a woman who fears Yahuwah, she shall be praised. I don't care how pretty you is, I don't care how nice you is, I don't care what your personality like. He said, you fear y'all, that's going to put you above everybody. Say you excel them all.
That's right.
Say you excelled them all. How did you excel? That's what y'all sit back and look at, right? So I tell you, like you can, if a man got any type of reason of age, I'm talking about with the word, he can discern through dropping certain words and dropping certain things on a woman if she really want to do this or not. You know what I'm saying? Now he got to sit back and watch, but you can pretty much tell because I mean it's quite naturally coming in this society y'all ready to buck, especially a black one y'all taught to buck. Especially when certain things that this word say you can't do are going to be stripped from you. You know what I'm saying? One of the hardest things for our women to realize is to sit your behind down and be a woman. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty hard because there's not many people out here teaching y'all how to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of people out here teaching people how to be a man. A lot of people sit back and wonder, well, it's hard for a man to love somebody he ain't never seen it. I done told y'all that before. That's not an easy thing to accomplish. You ain't never seen it. Most of our young men grow up in a household, mama is alone. How many, it's not many people can say, yeah, my people were married. I done told y'all that numerous times before. Most of my friends, they mama didn't wasn't married. They wasn't married. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even see that type of interaction go on. You know what I'm saying? So I know dudes, boy, all they seen was their mama run niggas in and out the house. This is what they saw. This is what they viewed. You know what I'm saying? So then when they start having relationships, they be bad. Because they've never seen that. You know what I'm saying? It take time. Just like you got a lot of women, they pick the wrong men. They go through a lot of stuff because they ain't never seen that. I knew girls who would pick dudes who beat on them because that's what they saw. They thought that's what was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to slap me around. Like, I'm telling you, boy. I used to deal with her when she was like, I bet you won't hit me. I'd be like, man, what's wrong with you? What you want me to hit you for? You know what I'm saying? That didn't make no sense. I was like 19 years old. I'm like, what you want me to hit you for? I'm not finna strike you, man. I don't want to go to jail. I want to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be able to get out and do all kind of jail. Not like I want to. We can, but not like I want to.
A lot of stimulation.
What? Shoot, man. No, you get, look at, man, they got everything in the county jail you got out here on these streets. I seen dudes in the county rolling on ecstasy pills. I'm like, well, what you want to get on ecstasy? Ain't nothing but men in here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Gives me energy, man.
You know what I'm saying? You going to get freaky, boy, what you gonna do? Boy, you on the wrong drug for this environment. You know what I'm saying? You need something else in your life.
Chasing the high.
I'm telling you, man, I smoke weed in the county. I smoke weed in prison. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was in the county jail smoking banana peels.
Orange pills as well.
Yeah, and greens. They would dry the greens, the spinach out, and smoke it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to live like that.
Always trying to mention
I ain't trying to live like that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't care how mad I got. I ain't finna put my hands on you now. Cause boy, I feel like this here nigga put their hands on a little muffin, boy. I'm going to jail for murder. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna leave niggas stand. I don't want to hear nothing. But I also told you, you go back around and tell me, oh, don't do him like that. I hope he kill you. I hope he kill you. I ain't coming back around here. You know what I'm saying? Don't call me back around here. Cause when he kill you, he beat you up real bad. Your eyeball touching your kneecap.
It's your business.
That's your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with that. Cause I done seen somebody got killed like that. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people go to prison cause They people around there, nigga were putting their hands on their people. They went around there. He put them hands on them, and the sister called the police on her brother.
After she called him.
Yeah. It always go down like that. They be mad at the first. I'm gonna call my brother, but then they say they love the nigga. Then when cuz get around there, he like, well, let's get it. And he done been them bop, 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 bop. See, you got some niggas, boy, they not gonna fight no man. They'll beat up a woman, they ain't gonna fight no man. Then you got some niggas that they gonna fight whoever.
Yes.
Beat you up and beat whoever you call up. You know what I'm talking about? And that's a nigga that's just crazy. And you just leave that nigga alone. You know what I'm saying? That's what that nigga
What you say on Friday? No.
I'm for real though. You got some men that's like that, but that ain't never cool, man. I wouldn't care how mad you get with your wife, boy. You get to the point you feel like you need to put hands on somebody. You don't need to be with them no more. I'm talking about you can get loud, y'all can yell at each other, you can beat each other's face, spit in each other's face.
Oh, whoa.
I mean, you get loud and spit just fly.
Nah.
I ain't talking about this one here. That's a little too far.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about that. I ain't talking about digging down deep, make sure you get a good loogie with a good
The yellow stuff.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that one now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's gonna be times you're gonna have arguments, they're gonna be heated. You know what I'm talking about? But boy, you feel like, boy, she flinched this way, I'm gonna slap her. It's time for you to get somebody else. It's time for you to leave. Because something tonight done went somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your wife. Then, matter of fact, read Ephesians 5:25.
Ephesians 5:25. Husbands, love your wives, even as a Mashiach also loves.
That's what we always got to keep in mind, no matter what. Sometimes it don't always be in your mind all the time, but you got to remember, love your wife like he loved us. Go ahead.
Even as Mashiach also loved the assembly and gave himself for it.
And I mean, you got to be willing to lay your life down for her. In all aspects, man. I'm talking about it, not just like physically dying, but everything. That you would lay your life down for her in every aspect of life. Go ahead.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Mm-hmm.
That he might present it to himself a glorious assembly, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be kudash and without blemish.
You know, I done heard this a few times, like, even without the word. You know what I'm saying? A women marrying somebody and then they regretted that they married the individual. A lot of times I think that come from because it be hard times, nigga be mad. You know what I'm saying? Things ain't going a certain way, and they say that there. I'm gonna tell you something, boy. If you marry somebody, oh, you know why you married. You know what I'm saying? If you sat back and you made that conscious decision, I'm gonna write my name on this paper, and then I'm gonna stand in front of these people and say that I'm gonna love this man through sickness and health and all this type of stuff. You know why you did it. You know what I'm saying? You know why you did it. Now, I know some people regretted marrying certain people because they ended up being a real douchebag. But you knew that nigga was a douchebag before you married him. You know what I'm saying? Some men might regret marrying a particular woman. You knew she was a, what's the word?
Callaway?
No, not even that there. You knew that she was a sanctimonious, disrespectful, rotten, no good, lazy, filthy, nasty woman before you married her. You know what I'm saying? Like this here, I come in the house, ain't nothing done. He say, flip a couch cushion, do something. You know what I'm talking about? Do something. That nigga say, pay the cable bill or something. Do something. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all don't know. See, D know what song I'm talking about. Y'all don't know what song I'm talking about. Y'all know what song I'm talking about? Y'all don't know? I can't be your man. That nigga say,
It's me.
it's, you know what I'm saying? Nigga say, come on, man. You working at McDonald's? Come on, Sean. But I'm for real, though. Like, you already know what this person would. A person could have certain things that you may not like, and you might have certain things that they don't like. They would probably be willing to overlook them if they actually love you, feeling like we can grow up out of that. But then there's certain things in a person that you like, no. You already know, like, no. Like this here, right? I just say this here, like, my auntie, she knew not to marry Cecil. She knew that before she did it. You know what I'm talking about? She didn't really love him. You know what I'm talking about? She did it because she had a baby with him. That's really why she did it.
No, she did it because Miss Bussett talked to him too.
She did it because she had a. What else she gonna talk her into? Y'all got that baby? Come on, mom. That's simple. If the husband, if the groom mama is talking you into marrying her son, what's the only thing she gonna keep putting in your face? Y'all got this baby together. Y'all got this baby together. Y'all got this baby. That's the only thing she gonna come with. She can't come at him when it was award-winning personality and intelligence. The nigga used to walk around the house with jockeys on and a Jerry curl. There's kids in here. Always see this nigga walking around in here in briefs, bikini briefs at that, with taco meat on his chest.
Did he have a gold chain?
Yes, he did. Only thing he was missing was the big gold in the front. You know what I'm saying? But by the time my auntie died, though, he realized what type of woman he had, and he felt real bad about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man, you know if you actually genuinely love somebody. If you genuinely love somebody, then, you know what I'm saying, 9 times out of 10, it'll probably work. If there's not no genuine love there, it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because when you love somebody, you're going to, just like we read last night in 1 Corinthians 13, it's just a certain way you're going to carry and conduct yourself. You know what I'm saying? That over time, it'll get there. But the person got to be willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? You can't force nobody to do it. If you see that they're willing to do it, that's something to roll with. If you see they're not willing, if you got a woman you see she's not willing to submit to you, that's not something that you even need to go after. You may love her, she may love you, but if she sees she's not willing to submit, that's going to cause you more pain than joy. You know what I'm saying? If you got a man and you see he ain't willing to lead, he ain't willing to provide, he ain't willing to protect, you know what I'm saying? He ain't willing to nurture, he ain't willing to cherish you, he ain't willing to honor you, it's not going to work. The number one thing I just keep seeing this picture all the time, this is real talk. You at a level of maturity when you look at what you're doing wrong and then you move to change it. If you don't look at what you're doing wrong and you make excuses for it and to keep it the same, you have not matured. Therefore, that person will never benefit you nor profit you in anything. And that ain't got to be nobody you with neither. You know what I'm saying? That could be anybody, period. That's the sign of maturity when you can look at it and see what's wrong with you and what you doing wrong and then take the steps to eliminate that. Come on, sir.
So men to love their wives their own bodies.
As their own bodies.
He that love his Isha love himself.
If you love your wife, you're going to love yourself. So you know what that means? If you do your wife wrong, that's going to hurt you because you hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's going to bother. If a man can injure his wife and that don't bother him, he don't love that woman. There's no way around that. If a man can do his wife wrong and that don't bother him, he don't love that woman. You know what I'm saying? Because Mashiach ain't never do us wrong. We did him wrong. But yet we did him wrong and it hurt him. Because he loved you like he loved himself. So he was looking at, he was hurt because his wife was hurt. Go ahead.
For no man ever hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it, even as Yahuwah the assembly. For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause a man shall leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his Isha, and they shall become one flesh. This is a great mystery that I speak concerning the Mashiach and the assembly.
Go ahead.
Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular
do what?
So love his Isha even as himself.
Love your wife as you love yourself.
And the Isha see that she reverence her Ish.
And let the wife see that she respects her husband. So with that one there, you know, Corey, you make sure you love Neptali like you love yourself. Neptali, you make sure you give respect to your husband. Come on, sir.
Come on.
Then I'll call y'all back. Want your phone, man?
Liv, stop it, do it.
Where you go to school? Shalom, my kings, and Akwats and Mishpachah. So we're going to start off with the Allah Akbar. We'll make this very fast today. So, Allah,
Allah,
Ba,
Ba,
Gamal,
Gamal,
Dalit,
Dalit,
He,
He,
Ua,
Ua,
Zain,
Zain,
Hit,
Hit,
Tit,
Tit,
Yad,
Yad,
Kaf,
Kaf,
Lamad,
Lamad,
Mim,
Mim,
Nun,
Nun,
Sameh,
Sameh,
Ain,
Ain,
Pe,
Pe,
Tesa,
Tesa,
Kuf,
Kuf,
Rash,
Rash,
Shen,
Shen,
Tau.
Tahu.
Okay, so I want y'all to lead.
Darashi,
Barashit,
Bara,
At,
Alahim,
Alahim,
Uat,
Wat, Haaretz. Need more group participation.
for this one. We're gonna go U'arat, U'arat,
Ha, Arat, I'm sorry, I had a moment. Uha adat. Haita. Tahu. Ubahu. Ukashat. Al. Pani. Tahum. Urua. Alahim. Marakut. Al. Poni. Hamain. Okay, so who remembers what Uha Aretz means?
The earth?
Okay, Aretz is the earth. So what's the Us mean? And, U is and the Ha is what? The, so, and, excuse me, and the earth, okay. Ha-ta-ha was, and then Tahu,
Form.
U, what's it mean? What's U mean?
And.
And, Bahu,
Was that the word?
yes.
Okay.
U,
And.
Kashat,
Shot.
darkness, yes, that's correct. All,
Over.
come. Poni, come. Tahum, come. Let's write this down. Good. U, Ruach,
Spirit.
God, Alahim, Hallelujah, Marakut,
Move.
All,
Over.
Poni,
Face.
Hamaim, Waha,
Naim, the waters.
the waters, yes. Okay. So now, sentence for today. Uya Amir Alahim, Yahai Au, Uyahai Au. Okay, let's say it together.
You're
Uya
looking at the
Amir.
bottom one, right?
Yes, this one.
Okay.
Uya Amir,
Ahmed.
Alahim,
Elohim.
Yahai,
Yahai.
Au,
Awur.
Uyahai,
Uyahai.
Au.
Awur.
Okay. Break this down. The U we know is what?
And.
Whenever you're gonna see certain words, you're gonna see uya. When you see that uya, the yad means to complete. When it goes into what the yad means to complete something. So in this form, we're gonna look at this. So and completing. Amir means saying. So and completed saying. So that means he said it completely. And completed saying, Alahim, Yahai. Yahai means be there. Aur, yes. Uyahai, there was. So it says be there, and then when you have the U and then you have the Yahai, that lets you know, and there was, or there became there, what? Aur, light. So first we see him saying, let there be light, and completing him saying, let there be light, then he said, and there was, then it was stated, and there was light. Okay? So, say it again together. Uya Amin.
Uya Amen.
Alahim.
Elohim.
Yahai.
Yahai.
Aur.
Awur.
Uyahai.
Uyahai.
Aur.
Awur.
So anybody want to try to run it from the top?
Uya Hara.
Look, so we have the alaf there, we have the naim, and then we have the rush.
Uya Mira. Mir. Ua Mir.
Yeah. Uya Amin.
U
You have another name but the name of Mir?
Uya Amir. Alahim. Uha. Oh no, Yaha. Yaha.
That's not a ha, that's a ya. Ya.
Ya.
Yahai.
Yahai. Aur. Aur.
Aur.
Aur.
It's gotta roll the tongue, but if you, I know what you're saying. It's okay.
Uya Aha. No, I'm on that one.
Uya. Uya.
Uya Aha.
Okay.
Aur.
Come on, let's clap. Anybody else want to give it a try? Anybody want to give it a try from the very, very top? It's okay. It's okay to try. Believe me.
Barashit, bara, at, alahim, u, wa, uat. It says harak. Haaretz. I knew that word. Haaretz. I'm putting it together instead of saying haaretz. I'm thinking that's one word. Okay. U, haaretz, ha, yata, ta'u, u, bahu, u, kasak, al, pani, ta'um, u, urak, ruach, alahim, marakut, al, pani, hamayim, u, yamir, alahim, yahai, alur, u, yahai, alur.
Okay, so let's say it together one more time all together. Ya Amir. Well, we can start at the top. Barashit.
Barashit.
Bara.
Bara.
Alahim.
Alahim.
At.
At.
Alahim.
Alahim.
At. Alahim. Uat.
Oh, no.
Time out. Barashit. Bara. At. Alahim. Uat.
In the beginning, he created.
Y'all didn't catch that. Y'all didn't catch that. Y'all supposed to catch that. Come, Shamayim. Alahim. Ah. Okay, so we're gonna have tests every once in a while, you know. I may not write it right, and y'all need to catch that, okay? Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm only a finger, maybe a fingernail, okay? We're a body.
Anybody want some hot nuts?
Yes.
I'm not gonna be inappropriate with that one. I'm gonna leave that alone. No, I'm not.
Okay, they're my nuts. There.
Wasabi and soy nuts. That's all.
Okay. Back on.
No, they good.
It's good nuts.
They are.
That's good. Come on,
Reach up
y'all.
for some nuts. I got them.
They look like encrusted.
They're very good, homie.
The wasabi opens you up. Okay, y'all. Now that we got this correct, one more time. But if you think so, feel free to. It's okay. We work together. We grow together. Barashit.
Barashit.
Bara.
Bara.
Alahim.
Alahim.
At Hashemayim.
At Hashemayim.
Uat.
Uat.
Haaretz.
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 Haita.
Haita.
Tahu.
Tahu.
Ubahu.
Ubahu.
Ukashat.
Ukashat.
Alpanim.
Alpanim.
Tahum.
Tahum.
Uruach.
Uruach.
Alahim.
Alahim.
Barakut.
Barakut.
Alpanim.
Alpanim.
Hamayim.
Hamayim.
Uyamir.
Uyamir.
Alahim.
Alahim.
Yahai.
Yahai.
Aur.
Aur.
Uyahai.
Uyahai.
Aur.
Aur.
Clap it up, it's
Good. Come on back over here with that. I also said that the last week video is uploaded. It's on up. It's done. It's finished. It's complete. So you can see that there. I'll put it, I told you, in the congregation group as well. Anything that has any Hebrew in it at all. Yeah, that's done. That got one from last Shabbat day. It's up. And I'll put it up in the applicable place. So he just basically hit just verse 3 right here. Bereshit 1 and 3, right?
fun.
So praise y'all, because he didn't know. Troy knew because I had already told him. You know what I'm saying? That I was going to be dealing with something closer along the... I figured you would go to verse 3, but who knows? You know, you could have shook it up like some dice.
I'm a pretty predictable guy. Very transparent. You know,
I see that. I'm going to tell you like this. I'm trying to say you might want to switch that up. You know, women like a little spice every now and then.
oh, I can get very spicy.
I don't want to know about that type of spice. Not that type of spice. I'm not talking about the type of
Wait, he
spice.
said I can get very
Not
spicy.
talking about that type of spice.
I grow food, we have challenges, so you have to adjust.
You know what I'm
to
saying?
that.
Mustard. Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
remember that mustard?
we want you to be like Sheldon Cooper talking about, you know what, I'm going to wear my Tuesday pajamas on Wednesday.
And you know, I just may not wear any pajamas.
Okay then.
Like I said, transparent.
Woo! Don't know what we going to do
That
with
moment.
it. Don't know what we going to do with it.
It'll
Did not see that coming.
never be that
Did
moment.
not see that coming. You know, this was...
So pizzazz.
Yeah, you certainly pizzazz now, because we were just trying to, you know, bust your testicles, man. He just come out and I ain't
Bust
gonna
my,
wear
see,
no...
no time out. You can't bust my testicles. If you bust my testicles, I can't make it into the kingdom of Allah.
Oh, it didn't say, oh, are you familiar with mob talk?
No, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from the dirty South.
Well, I'm saying, well, me and my friends, we like mobsters. So we watched a lot of mob movies.
I like pimps.
You know what I'm saying? Being from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? But what we talk about is like you say, man, I'm just busting your balls. That means I'm just messing with you.
I know, but I want to make it into the kingdom of Allah.
Hey man, I'm not literally gonna bust your scrotum, sir, because I don't want to even get that close to you.
I wouldn't want anybody to walk in and accidentally hear, oh, he's keeping him out of the kingdom of Allah.
Respect.
That's against the word.
There's probably only 1%. There's probably only 1% of the population that actually knows that you're not gonna get in there if you done cut off your tallywhacker and all stuff.
Hey man, you gonna have to take these nuts from me, bro.
Oh, you ain't get to the kingdom of
I'm
Allah.
talking about them, bro. God, I don't want to OD.
Hey, well, y'all pray for us, man. You know, obviously we ain't right. But 1 Samuel 22 and 1. Bereshit 1 and 3. Read Bereshit 1 and 3 first. 1 Samuel 22 and 1.
Bereshit, Genesis.
Slow down.
1 and 3.
Go ahead, sir. Bereshit, Genesis 1 and 3.
And
Matter of
Elohim,
fact, back it up to 2. Make it clear what I'm talking about. What I'm finna get ready to talk about.
and the earth was without form and void,
That's how we were before the word came. You without form and void. Come on.
and darkness was upon the face of the
It
deep,
wasn't nothing but darkness in your heart.
and the ruach of Elohim all upon the face of the waters.
Yep.
And Elohim said, let there be light.
He said, let there be what?
Light.
Uh-huh. And what happened?
There was light.
And there was what?
Light.
And what? Go
And
ahead.
Elohim saw the light,
And he said what?
that it was good.
All right, now, gentlemen, I'm asking you a question. What characters do we have here for light? This is what we're going to focus on.
The olive, the oud, and the rosh.
It'll never look like that. Will look like, you know, you do it on yourself and it's killing you.
The olive.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't remember the numerical values of
It's 307.
307. And what does 307 equal up in our numerical value?
It's not ruach, but because
I remember this here, remember it goes in the
no,
numbers.
207.
207.
207.
So our numerical value for this is 207.
How y'all got that?
Okay, let me remember here.
Because he wrote them up there last week. I remember the first one, he'll stop at another point, they go to the most.
Yeah, like 10, 20.
So from right here, this is the 100s. This is 90. This is going to be 10, 9, 8, 5, 4. That's all left. So that's
Yeah,
7
Yeah.
plus. The rest is 207, like you said.
So, thanks, sir. So when we look at this one here, we see what? 1, right?
Yeah.
And when we look at this one here, we got 6, right?
Yeah.
And then when we look at this one over here, we get our 200.
Yeah.
So we get our 207, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So then when we look at this here, because I know you can tell what the Raj, what that means.
Hey.
Huh?
So when you write
That's the
down,
head. So Raj, go ahead.
so when you write down numbers, we read left to right.
No. We don't read it from left to right when we write out numbers, but it's still gonna be. We can't. It's not gonna be 1, 2, 200. Like it's not gonna be 1, 6, 200. You're gonna add those numbers together.
And then we got this here, right? And what does this character mean?
New addition.
Nail
That's all right,
secure.
that's all right.
Nail
That's
secure.
all right, that's read.
Right, 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 your mind.
Oh.
I just want y'all to follow me now. What are we talking about? And then we got the all. And what that gives us, gentlemen?
That's the head.
But the Rosh is more like.
Yeah, it's like Rosh is like first chief.
And then without it, it's like the same thing.
All means is more so strong. Strong.
So then that's what we get. That's numerical value. 1, 6, 200. Gets us 207. So now, even math.
Yeah, even man.
You see them? You done seen them boys who be on the top?
Hey,
They be going hard though, but they also say that the Hebrew that we would deal with is false.
Yeah, they speak that Lashawan.
Yeah, because you got people out here now that say Yahuwah is the name of the devil.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of them say it.
And that's Yahweh is.
You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless. So all right, y'all. Y'all follow me. Y'all hear me? 1 Samuel 22 and 1. Now he just said, he said, let there be light. So when we looking at this light, because there was darkness first. And then from the darkness, we came out, like last week we dealt with Yah is light, right? And we looked at all these different things to see how Yah is light. Now we're going to do that right again with this stuff right here. This is what we're going to do. 1 Samuel 22 and 1. What happens to be going on? You give me 2 Samuel 23 and about 8.
David therefore departed thence and escaped.
Anybody in here know what David or David name means?
My beloved.
So hold on.
22.
Y'all can see that back there? You can see this here? Y'all see what his name means? That's what his name means. Come on.
Departed thence and escaped to the cave of
He
Adallum.
escaped where?
Adallum.
Now, Adallum. Any of y'all know what that means? That word means? I probably spelled it wrong.
Adullam. Yeah, you right here.
Anybody know what Adallum means? See, I wanted to talk to y'all about this last week, but I couldn't work it. Adallum is a cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that word means, y'all? This cave actually means. We'll write it down so y'all can see what it means.
Justice.
Adallum means the justice of the people. We will see Daoud running to a cave that means the justice of the people. When you enter into a cave, what's usually the state of that cave? Darkness. Usually wet too. You know what I'm saying?
Look cold.
Ain't got no form in there. It's kind of, it's not a place you want to be at.
Tahum.
Come on.
And when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they
Hold on. When his brethren and all his father's house heard what?
heard it,
What did they do?
they went down thither to him. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discounted.
Everyone that was in what?
Debt.
Hold on. All the way. They was in what?
Debt.
No, I'm talking about the first thing you said.
Oh, and everyone that was in distress.
And what else?
And everyone that was in debt.
And what else?
And everyone that was discounted.
Discounted. Come on.
Gathered themselves unto him.
Gathered themselves to him.
And he
Hold
became.
on. Gathered themselves to the first, to the rod, to the first chief or the head. You know why? Because what was David?
He was a king.
He was the king of Yasharal, which means what would he have been?
The head.
He would have been the head. So he that is beloved is my head, and everybody who is distressed, in debt, and discounted has came to the cave to meet him. And the cave is the justice of the people. Come on.
And he became a captain over them.
He became the head over them. Come on.
And there were with him about 400 men.
400 men. Come on.
And Dawood went thence to Mizpeh.
Hold on. Y'all just bear with me because we're going to precept all this. Just bear with me. Come on.
And Dawood went thence to Mizpah of Moab.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto the king of
What
Moab,
did he say?
Let my father and my mother, I pray thee, come forth and be with you.
He said, let my people come forth to be with you. What else he said?
Till I know what Yahuwah will do for me.
Go ahead.
And he brought them before the king of Moab. And they dwelt with him all the while that Dawood was in the hole.
They dwelt with him the whole time he was in the hole. The whole time he was in the cave. You just hold your 2 Samuel 23 and 13. So let's look at something right here. Let's see the first place that we want to go. Get me Hebrews or I bring Troy. Chapter 2, verse 6. See, this is the whole key thing is you sit back and look at. When you went in that water, you basically went down to the cave of Adallum to dwell with Dawood. You went to go meet him there. You know why you went to go meet him there? Because you was in debt. You were distressed. What else was you going to go there for? When you in darkness, you get distressed real quick. Well, I don't know where I'm going. I can't see.
What? You can't see with daylight.
You're in trouble. This is, again, this gonna praise y'all because y'all is good. This gonna work back to what we were talking about when we were talking about marriage before. How you gonna come down to somebody who can't even lead? Who ain't even a chief? Because if you born of the son, you would be a chief. You'll be just like him. That's where you sit back a woman. That's what you're supposed to be looking at. You want a man who's firstborn, who's a chief, who's gonna have a hook and a nail to keep you secure, and he's strong. Strong in the Mashiach though. Come on.
Abarim 2 and 6.
Cool.
But one in a certain place testified, saying,
What he testified of?
What is man?
What is a man?
That thou art mindful of him.
That you even think about it.
Or the son of man, that thou visiteth him.
That you visited.
Thou madest him a little lower than the Malachim.
Why is that?
Thou crownest him with esteem and honor.
Don't you realize that David had done sat back and looked at that? He had done set this man up high, but then Saul would come in to kill him. You know, he was Saul's armor bearer. He sat right next to him. Then he got brought all the way down. But y'all was mindful of him to remove him from that state and deliver him from the hand of all them that hated him. Come on.
And did set him over the works of thy hand.
And you just read, he just set David as captain over all the people, set him over the work of his hands. You know how we know that there? Because the law tells you, say, Yasharal is the work of my hands. I created them. Come on.
Thou hast put all things in subjection under his feet.
Everybody was under subjection to David.
For in that he put all the subjection under him.
Mm-hmm.
He left nothing that is not put under him.
Mm-hmm.
But now we see not yet all things put under him.
All things ain't under it. Why is that?
But we see Yahusha, who was made a little lower than the Malachim.
For what cause?
For the suffering of death.
So you see him going into Adallum, that's supposed to be the purpose for the suffering of death. You thought he was just running in the cave just to be running in the cave. You know why he was going in that cave, right? Why did David go in that cave? Why did beloved go in that cave?
He was seeking, he was running away from Saul.
There you go. Give me Tehillim 57.
Seeking cover.
You know what I'm saying? He was seeking, but somebody was coming to kill him.
Refuge.
You got to remember, anytime you see somebody going in the cave, that's symbolic of death. Mostly every time you see anybody in that book going in the cave, it was symbolic of death. And when they came about that cave, they came out different. David went in that cave and he came out as the captain of all the people. He went in that cave on the run, running from his persecutors, came out the cave, captain over all of Yasharal. Yahushua went in the cave from all the persecutors, came out the son of Elohim, captain over the whole.
It makes me think of at the same time with Shaul going into the cave and he had the opportunity to kill.
And he
We
did
know-
kill.
But we know that when Yahushua went down, he did what? He conquered death. It's the same, it's a parallel.
Same thing. Every time you see anybody going in the cave, you're going to see the resurrection. That's what you're going to see.
Conquer death.
Come on, sir.
Psalms 47.
57.
57. Be merciful unto me, O Elohim. Be merciful unto me, for my soul trusts in you.
Hold on. I want you to read what's above Elohim 57.
To the chief musician of David when he fled from Saul in the cave.
This is what we're reading about. So I want you to get a basis to know what's going on, what's being talked about. This is David fleeing from persecution of Saul, going into the justice of the people. Because you got to realize when a Mashiach goes in that cave, that's for the justice of the people. Come on.
Be merciful unto me, O Elohim.
Why?
Be merciful unto me, for my soul trusts in you. Yet in the shadow of the wings will I make my refuge until these calamities be overpassed.
Woo! To these calamities be passed. Father, please let this cup pass from me, if it be thy will. Please let this cup pass. Calamity is about to befall me. Come on.
I will cry unto Elohim Most High, unto Yahuwah that performs all things for me. He shall send from Shamayim and save me from the reproach of him that will swallow me up.
Whoa.
Selah.
He say he'll save me, so that means pause. Selah means pause, right? He say save me from the reproach of who?
Of him that will swallow me up.
Who he talking about?
Death.
Who he talking about? He say he swallowed up death and victory. So he ain't talking about death. He say him that reproached me. Remember he say the reproaches of them that reproached thee, they fell on me. Who reproached the Mashiach?
Us.
The people did. What did they call him? They called him a blasphemer. Look, remember his calamities was on him. His calamities wasn't on him when they called him Beelzebub. That is a reproach though, by all means. You know what I'm saying? You sit back and look at it. When you walking in their way, you walking in their word, people gonna reproach you. They gonna say all type of manner of things about you. You know what I'm talking about? You gotta sit back and realize that Yahusha had Judah sitting right next to him, acting like he loved him, played right up on him. He was the one who was gonna kill him. You know what I'm saying? He was the one gonna kill him. We done talked about this before. Some of y'all remember one of the last posts Brother Goldie made before he died. He was talking about that. They'll say Judah sat down and heard the word with him the whole time. It was sour. You know what I'm saying? And was sour. Hamashiach knew he was sour, but the people sitting around, they didn't know he was sour. You know what I'm saying? Bet they sat back and looked at it. I bet you seen they knew he was sour. You know what I'm saying? Well, I would say like this here, right? Usually, I've been very, very accurate. Sitting back looking at, knowing that, well, that nigga don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up with the people who done been with us, I could tell. Like, yeah, that nigga don't want to do this. That nigga don't want to do this. It's just little simple stuff I can see. Like, no, it ain't him. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. It's small. See, that's the key things. Like, it's never gonna be nothing big. It's always gonna be something subtle. It's gonna be something subtle. You know what I'm saying? Most people who don't want to do this and it's big, they just outright don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's some people we done sat with that y'all never even met. I could tell, like, no. It's some people that people be like, yeah, I want you to talk to this person. And I sit down and talk with them. They like, you talk with them? I'm like, yeah. I say, he ain't never hit my heart to deal with them like that. They be like, why? I don't know. Y'all ain't put it there yet. And usually it comes from because he know they don't want to do it. He knows the hearts of men. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I can render my opinion and then see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, sir.
Unto Yahuwah that performs all things for me, he shall send from Shamayim and save me from the reproach of him that will swallow me up. Salah.
Go ahead.
Elohim shall send forth his mercy and his truth.
He'll send what?
His mercy and his truth.
John 1:14. Make it 12. And after we look at verse 12, because we read about this last night, I'm going to tie that in. Thank y'all for the word. We're going to tie that in. Something else come to my head along with that. Bill, you can read for me, can you? Can you read loud enough for me?
What, John 1:14?
No, get me Psalm 42 and 4. Go ahead, sir.
But as many as received him,
As many as what?
received
That's
him.
the whole key thing. You sit back and look at it. If you don't receive the testimony of Mashiach, and you would have received the beloved, and you would have seen the first chief, and you would have nailed yourself to him because you would have crucified yourself with him, and you would have been strong in faith and overcame. Who is he that overcome the world, but he that believeth Yahushua is the son of Elohim? Didn't we talk about that last night? How else you going to do that unless you love him? Who the fuck? They say, this is my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased, right? And then the reason why, because he's the firstborn of all creation. All things were made by him and for him. Without him was not anything made. And because he did that, he came through and he secured himself to the state. And then after he secured himself to the stake, you came to be immersed in the likeness of his death, and you crucified yourself with your affections and lust with him, so you would be secure in it, so you would be strong in the Ruach HaKodesh. Remember how we read about in Acts 18? It said about Apollos from Alexandria came up, said he was fervent in the spirit and mighty in the scriptures. He was strong. He was strong because he took on that same said pattern. Because this man came to get the justice of the people. This was what's made him beloved, which made him first, which made him the nail and to be secure, which made him strong. And you supposed to dwell in that. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to dwell in that. I done told y'all this numerous times, man. No matter how long you dealing with this word, there's always room for growth and maturation. If you are not steady growing and maturing, you are dead. You know what I'm saying? It's not nobody. We all striving to be made perfect. You can always, it's always something y'all sit back and show you. Need to do that a little different. Need to do that a little better. Thing is, when he show you that, how will you react? You know what I'm saying? Will you take that or will you fight that? That's the question. Come on, sir.
But as many as received him, to them gave he power to become the sons of Elohim.
Ain't that what y'all want? That power? That strength? Ain't that what you want? Come on.
Even to them that believe on his name.
Uh-huh. Hey, come on, Stains. Really?
It's a party and I'm not invited.
Which were born not of blood.
Not of what?
Not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of Elohim.
You know what that means when he say not born of blood, not born by the will of the flesh, or not of man? Y'all know what that means? You got born, but not only that, you can't make nobody no son of y'all. They got to want that. Because he said as many as received him. That means they got it. That's what we were talking about Wednesday. Many are called, few are chosen. The call going to go out. But everybody's not elected. Everybody's not. You know what I'm saying? So the only way you can be made a son of Elohim is y'all got to make you one. Which means he got to take you through the path. You sit back and look at it. The Egyptians got called. They heard everything Moses said. They weren't chosen though. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get taken through that affliction and that humbling process in the wilderness in order to be made the sons of Elohim to inherit the kingdom. He didn't take them through that. Because I chose you to do it. And then even through that, he didn't even choose all of Yasharal that came through. He only chose those that were 20 and under. Because they had a right spirit with them. You just sit back and look at it. That's why he say all that of Yasharal are not of Yasharal. Everybody that's sitting there hearing the word is not going to catch it. Hold your Psalm 57, get the Hebrew 4 and 2. Finish that out though.
Which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of Elohim.
What else, sir?
And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
The word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
And we beheld his esteem.
We beheld his esteem.
The esteem as of the only begotten of the Father.
That's what he the only begotten. What would that make it? Are these words that's up here, what would that make it?
Rosh.
That would make him this here. Come on. Hold on. If he also the only begotten of the Father, what else would that make him of the word that's up here? Not just that. That too though, because that's true, because the firstborn is the beginning of a man's strength. So what's the other word up here that would make it? Beloved. Because a man always gonna be loved his first son. That's what the law tell you. See, this is he say Yasharal is my firstborn. You know what I'm saying? This is my beloved. This is my firstborn. You know what I'm saying? A person gonna love all their kids, but that first one always gonna have a little tug on your heart. That first one, especially if he a boy. Come on.
Full of grace and truth.
Full of what?
Grace.
Didn't he read in Psalm 57? He'll send out that grace and truth, that mercy and truth. Come on, what else though? Finish it out though. What he finna tell you though?
Yehukanan bear witness of him.
What do you say?
And cried, saying, "This was he of whom I spoke."
Oh no, you already read it. He said the law came by Moses, right? Don't you sit back and realize that we see that when we looking at and what we read last night in Deuteronomy chapter 1, or Dabrim chapter 1, when he say Yahushua son of Nun to lead him in, encourage him, he shall cause them to inherit. Because Moses is the one who gave him the law. But matter of fact, give me Joshua chapter 5 and verse 2. Just hold the Psalm 42. Let Dale get Joshua 5 and 2. Just hold that Psalm 42. You can go and get that Dabrim 1 and 34. What Glover did? Took my home.
I don't know.
He might be outside. Give me that Dabrim 1 and 34. You hold your Psalm 57. I got a lot of stuff going through my head.
You want to remember?
No, go ahead. Let Pale shoot. Take
St.
off.
Joshua 5:1.
5 and 2. Let Pale take off. Yahushua 5 and 2.
At that time, Yahuwah had said unto Yahushua, Make these sharp knives.
Make you what?
Sharp knives.
Make you what?
Sharp knives.
A nail, right? A hook. Something that's gonna have them secure. Something to cut. Go ahead.
And circumcise again.
Circum do what?
Circumcise again.
What cause? For what cause?
The children of Yasharal the second time.
The second time.
And Yahushua made unto him sharp knives, and circumcised the children of Yasharal at the hill of foreskin.
At the hill of foreskins. Come on. You know Deuteronomy 10:16 tell you to do what?
Circumcise your heart.
Circumcise the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked. You know what I'm saying? You know, we already done talked about that before, man. You know, the foreskin on a man's penis holds uncleanliness. It has to be cleansed continually. You know what I'm saying?
Or you get testicular cancer.
Wowzers. But he tell you to remove it. You know, you got these people now tell you it's a brutal practice. You shouldn't do it. But it's uncleanliness.
Oh yeah, we met plenty.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen some dudes stand out on the corner with
Woo, boy, I thought you were
signs.
gonna say something else.
No, but I mean, it really,
It was in Tallahassee.
yeah, it really is a thing. It's like guys against circumcision. They're out there on the corner with white pants on, with a blood spot hanging up a sign saying, "Circumcision is murderous." And
And you know why?
Blasphemers.
Because they hate your power. They scoffers and mockers, which he told you would be in the last day. You know what I'm saying? But you know that foreskin hold uncleanness. We know Yirmiyahu, 4th chapter Jeremiah, he told you, you men of Yehuda, you men of Jerusalem, circumcise yourselves unto Yah. Here's what you got to sit back and look at. You supposed to cleave to Yah. Anybody who cleave to Yah gonna cleave to Yah's people. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, that's Gentiles and all. They gonna cleave to Yah's people. Real wine in old age. Go ahead, sir.
And this is the cause why Yahusha did circumcise
Why he did?
all the people that came out of Mizraim or Egypt that were males. Even all the men of war died in the wilderness by the way after they came out of Egypt.
Uh-huh.
Now all the people that came out were circumcised. But all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way, as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not
Do
circumcised.
y'all not realize this? That this is exactly what John chapter 1 verse about 12 and 13 said, that some of them were born, not by the will of flesh, not by the will of man, but by Elohim. Because he told them to circumcise them again. Who gave that order to do it? Y'all gave that order to do it. He was telling them, make them sons of Elohim now. That didn't come from man. That didn't come from their own will. That came from Yah. That's what we turn around, we have to sit back and look at. If you're sitting here and you're hearing the word and it's in your heart to go after that, then that means that would have to be Yah's will for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just like the word say, there's some that went out from us because they were not all with us. Everybody don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? They just really don't. Come on.
For the children of Yasharal walked 40 years in the wilderness.
That's
So,
good. Drop me down to verse 9.
it say, and Yahuwah said unto Yahusha, this day have I rolled away the
He
reproach.
did what? Rolled away the reproach.
The reproach of Egypt from off you.
That's good. He rolled sin up off you after he circumcised you the second time. Do you not realize when David went in that cave and him coming out, that was symbolic of him rolling sin up off you? That's when he became captain of the people. When did Amashiach become captain of the people? When he rolled that stone from up off of him. Come on back to get you that Psalm 42 again. What I got you holding this up?
Deuteronomy 130.
Read that 130, please. 1 and 33. Tell me what it says.
You said 32. I'm going to 32. Yet in this thing you did not believe the Elohim, your Yahuwah, your Elohim.
Give me 35. We don't need all that.
Surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land.
Read that again.
Surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good
You ain't
land,
willing to circumcise your heart. Surely you're not going to get in. Come on.
which I swear to give unto your fathers.
Mhm.
Save Caleb the son of Jephunneh.
Who know what Caleb's name is? It's not nothing spectacular, I'll tell you that. You know what Caleb's name is? It means dog.
Dog.
Yeah, for what I
For whatever reason, I was thinking asshole. I don't know why.
Keep on reading.
Save Caleb the son of Jephunneh.
Mm-hmm.
He shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he had trodden upon, and to his children.
Hold on. He said, I will give him the land. You know what it means to trod on something, right?
Walk on it.
Now, what can we tie that in? He said, I'm going to give it to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, because and to his seed, because he trod upon this land.
The Gentiles.
We done read this in 2 different places.
When Moses, when they was finna go up on the mount, Moses took them clothes and they had a stamp on their clothes for the he did the covenant.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Because they didn't trod on the land. He said, he sent Yahushua and Caleb in the land to spy it out, right? So that means they had literally walked on it. The rest of the people didn't literally walk on it. He literally walked in the land. They literally walked in the land. Read it again. Catch what's in my head.
Say Caleb the son of Jephunneh, he shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he have charted upon.
All right, now let's sit back and think about it. Think about it. It's 2 places. We done looked at this before too, in the book of Yahushua in a different fashion. In 2 places. Yep, mean dog.
Like a Tibetan master for Rottweiler.
Troy, give me Genesis chapter 15 about verse 17. Make it 18. Pale, give me Luke chapter 13 and about verse 29. Now he said he would give that land to him and his seed that after him, right? Remember in Numbers 14 it said Caleb would inherit the land because he had a different ruach with him. He had a different spirit. Now his father's name means Yephnah. It means he will be facing.
Wow. So he's facing a dog.
The dog he will be facing.
When you look, they go into the canyon.
They face looking at dogs. That's why he turned around and told that lady. That's why he turned around and said, "Is it meat to give the children bread to dogs?"
That was dirty.
He was just keeping it real with her. Is it meat to give the children bread to Caleb? That's what he was telling her. Come on, sir. Go ahead, Bill. What I got?
You say Luke 14 or
Luke 13 and about 30. Let's make it 29.
It says, and they shall come from the east and from the west and from the north and from the south and shall sit down in the kingdom of Elohim. And behold, there are last which shall be first, and there are first which shall be last. The same day there came certain of the Pharisees saying unto him, Get thee out and depart hence.
Why you gotta leave?
For Herod would kill thee.
Hold on. What did the people say when they were in the wilderness going in the land? They say, we gotta leave. We can't take it. These giants gonna kill us. Come on.
And he said unto them, Go ye and tell that fox.
What he said to tell?
Behold, I cast out devils.
And what else?
And I do cures today and tomorrow.
And what else?
And the 3rd day I shall be perfected.
And what else?
Nevertheless, I must walk.
He must what?
I must walk.
He must what?
I must walk.
And why is that?
Today and tomorrow and the day following. For it cannot be that a prophet shall perish out of Jerusalem.
Now, why is that important for what we're looking at in Deuteronomy? Why would that be important? He said Caleb would get to the land which he trod on.
Because he tried it.
You got to sit back and realize the reason why it relate to Mashiach being called a dog in this instance, because he died the death of the uncircumcised. He died the death of the uncircumcised. He died like a dog. You know what I'm saying? Dead serious though. And they were facing him, watching him die like a dog. Remember, you know that from Ezekiel 32, say you'll die in the hand of the uncircumcised. You'll die in the hand of the heathen. He died like, that wasn't our custom to hang nobody from no tree. We're going to put some rocks upside your head. You know what I'm talking about? Or put a sword to you.
It take time to do all that.
You got time to do all that, kill that nigga fast. Straight up. Wow. Can't stand that nigga no way. I've been waiting on that nigga to slip. If you know black people, you know niggas sit around like that.
Just like that.
Well, I'm talking about, boy, I ain't never like that nigga over there. Boy, I hope they catch that nigga committing those. I'll be the first. But the law say I gotta hit him first. I'm following that nigga everywhere he goes.
You ain't seen yet. I know, but he will.
He will. He like this here. I said, I knew I was gonna get it. Wow. Like, you see, I've been waiting to kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Black
No, it really was. Like, y'all know it really was.
Yeah, it really was. Like, we can actually really go in the word and see that. He said your hands are full with blood. Like, they were. Look how fast them people were ready to stone that woman when they called him the door. They were ready. They were ready.
Paul said, no, no.
You know what I'm saying? You know that wasn't bull. Hey, that hoe ain't gonna let me hit. I bet I kill him.
Straight up, though.
Black people do be
That's how niggas
conniving.
do. That's how niggas do. He said this is a rebellious, scandalous, wicked people. So you already know. I know that hoe gonna cheat on her husband. I'm gonna be there to kill her. Ain't want to give me none. Cause guess what? He done went up in and wouldn't have said a word. Wouldn't have said a word. Ah, you know they were nasty because they ain't bring the husband. They just brought her. Where the husband at? The law say both of them supposed to die. You supposed to kill both of them.
But you talking about the other guy she was sleeping with. Not the husband.
Yeah, the dude she was cheating on her husband with. Both of them supposed to die. They only brought the woman.
Yeah, that's conniving.
They only brought, so you already know like this here. They were walking around trying to catch a Mashiach in his talk to have a reason to kill him. I'm sitting telling you it's right there in the word. Let's entangle him in his speech and then we can catch him.
Type of nigga.
That black people, what niggas do now? Waiting to catch you slipping. Waiting for you to do something so they can go tell somebody what you did, throw some rocks at you. That's what niggas do. That's what niggas do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you, that's what niggas do. Go ahead, sir.
What?
No, you ain't even got to read Genesis 15 because you should know. What did Abraham do? If a Mashiach walking through the land and he telling him he got to walk through the land and he sitting back saying Caleb got it and his seed gonna get it because he walked through the land, how we gonna tie that to Abraham for a third witness?
Abraham walked through the land.
There you go. He walked through the land. He told him to walk it, and everywhere you walk, you'll inherit. Now you turn around and you see Caleb walking, and he say, well, guess what? Since you walked through it, you and your children gonna get it. And guess what? Then the Mashiach say, I got to walk through it. Because if I don't walk through it, then me and my children can't get it.
That makes me think about where the word, it says that it's not a nose, the way of them that does is to turn back. Like, once you do that, you're not going back.
Ain't no way.
You're getting that.
If I done stepped into the promised land, I done seen this land flowing with milk and honey, vineyards which I have not planted, houses that I have, how am I go back to sin? I don't care. Give me Philippians 3. Give me Philippians 3. Make it fine. Ain't no way in the world. Ain't going back to no sin, no sinners, no nothing. All y'all can perish and burn. I can't go back. I wouldn't care what I went through. You got it, Philippians 3 and 5. You still holding something for yourself.
And Deuteronomy and Hebrews 2.
We do it, Hebrew 2. Like I told you, boy, I remember one time, man, I was talking to my people. I was like, this was like 2013, man. Nigga doing bad. I said, well, if it wasn't for the word, boy, I'd have been back out here selling Christ. You could bet that. You know what I'm saying? The word, the reason why, like, it ain't even like you thinking about it, it'll hit your mind, but like, there's no way in the world I'm finna go do it.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Cause boy, I'm trying to look at nigga around here starving, ribs showing, looking like a greyhound. Nigga hungry like the werewolf of London. I'm talking about, boy, this stuff make you want to put that fire on the nigga like, boy, just go ahead and run that.
You live by that, you gonna die by that.
You know what I'm saying? Look here, boy. That's how you hate it. That's how you see you come up on the.
You got one of them old school.
I ain't finna hit that there cause my hand on the top of it. Cause the first thing I'm gonna do is this right here. Bop! You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna slap you right in the mouth with it. And after that, just go ahead and run that cause I ain't got no problem shooting. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna do all that there cause I'm coming with the Glock 40, nigga.
Okay,
I'm coming with the 9. But I got it like this here cause letting you know I ain't playing. Cause when I come, wow! You like to say, oh man. That's only when see you only get like that when you deranged. You ain't got no money, you deranged. So you don't care what you gonna do to a nigga. You ain't even thinking straight. You know what I'm saying? I own raw, so if I go to raw, that means boy, I'm thinking deranged. You know what I'm saying? Nigga been in raw, this nigga slapped the nigga with the pistol, messing around and shot this nigga got $40. Oh man, you going to prison for 30 years for $40. It happens all the time though. You see a nigga like he shot him for $20. He ain't shoot him for $20. He done walked up and burnt the nigga, thinking he was gonna have more money than that went in the pocket.
Coming from the ATM, it was only a dub.
Wait, boy, I know a nigga killed the nigga about $20, bro. Real talk. Nigga owed him some money. That nigga said, I ain't got it. Nigga, get it in blood. He said, all right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shot him right through the car window. He got it in blood, too. And then roll around the neighborhood like, bro, you got some weed? Keep on riding past here, sir. Don't you stop over here. The helicopter out. They riding down 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th looking for you, nigga. Duck it. Keep going. Don't you stop over here. You know what I'm saying? That nigga got killed about 3-4 months later. No, about 6-7 months later. Nigga found him in the passenger seat, bullet in the back of his head on the dashboard. It wasn't about, I don't know if it was about that right there, but nigga found him straight though.
Hey,
come on. 3 and 5. Biggest, yeah, 3 and 5.
Circumcised the 8th day.
What? Circumcised when?
The 8th day.
Don't you realize that's why he told you? On the last day of the feast, great day of the feast. He cried out. You go read in Genesis 21, Isaac got wings, got circumcised on the 8th day and cried out. They made a great feast for him. You know what I'm saying? This is what they sitting there telling you. You supposed to be circumcised the 8th day. Well, why you got that foreskin on your heart? If you go sit back and say you coming from Adallum, the justice of the people. Come on.
Circumcised the 8th day of the stock of Yashrael, of the tribe of Benjamin, and Abari of the Abarim, touching the Torah.
Touching what?
The Torah.
What else?
Of Pharisee.
Go ahead.
Concerning zeal,
passion,
persecution, the assembly, touching the righteousness which is in the Torah, blameless.
What's the righteousness in the Torah, everybody?
Amunah.
And in Mashiach, right? That's the righteousness of the law. Get me Yucatan 5 and 39, Phil. Not 39. Make it 46. Just stay where you at. Just stay where you at. Come right, just break it real quick. Yucatan 5 and 46. It's the righteousness of the Torah right here, right? Because who wrote the Torah?
Mashah.
Let's go. Hey, little buddy.
Well, Elohim wrote it.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey, little hungry. Come on.
For as you believe Masha, you ought to believe me.
Why?
For he wrote of me.
What'd he do?
If you believe not his writings, how shall you believe my word?
You're not gonna got. That's the righteousness of the law. Come on, Story. We got a lot of stuff to try to hit. Oh, yeah, but 4-3.
Verse 6 or verse 7. But what things were gained to me, those I counted loss.
He said the things that I counted to be gain for me, I counted them a loss. Why is that?
For the Hamashiach.
That's the thing that they didn't look at when they were coming up out of Mizraim. The things that they had there, they didn't count it for a loss. Some of them did. Caleb did. Yahusha did. Come on.
Yea, doubtless. And I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahusha, my master.
That's what we turn around. And what else he say about it?
For whom I have suffered the loss of all things.
And counted as what?
And do count them but dung, that I may win the Mashiach.
Go ahead.
And be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the Torah, but that which is through the faith of the Mashiach, the righteousness which is of Elohim by faith.
That's what we got to turn around and look at. This is why David was beloved. You know what I'm saying? This is why Caleb was able to get the land and his seed after him, because of the righteousness of faith which they possessed. Because he counted the things that were in front of him better than the things that were behind him. You know what I'm saying? The things that were of this life and of this world, he counted that, but it's dumb. You know, I ain't used this analogy in a long time. How many of y'all gonna go defecate and stick your hand back in the toilet to go get it? Because that's what we do when we go reach back for the world or reach back for sin. We're sticking our hand in the toilet to touch defecation. How many of y'all gonna do that?
That's disgusting.
You did that?
I said it has been a minute since you said it.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. But that's of that. Because I don't think nobody gonna sit back and take no dump and be like, let me go in there and get that. Because I missed that. But that's how you're supposed to look at sin and look at the world, though.
Fleshy.
But I'm saying, but at the same disgust that you would have at that, you're supposed to look at the world and look at sin like that, too.
Fleshy.
You're supposed to have that same level of disgust. Flush him. I wouldn't dare stick my hand in the toilet to touch defecation. Come on. That's good. What I got you holding?
I think he gave me a song, so
You got a song 57 what I had.
turn up.
And what I had you holding, Phil?
Yeah, I did.
You
well,
look-
I already did, John. You got me a song for it, too.
Yeah, we'll get that in a minute. And what you holding for that, Phil? We good. We need that Genesis 15. Come on back to Psalm 57. When that word comes, boy, take that thing off your head, boy.
My soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of men, whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongues a sharp sword.
What that would mean that their tongue is a sharp sword. Give me James chapter 3, Troy. James 3 and 1. He said they teeth set on edge and they tongue a sharp sword. You know what I'm saying? Now this something like this here, like that he had to show me not even realizing it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be real careful and real measured in the thing that you say. You know what I'm saying? Come on, James 3 and 1.
My brother, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, The same is a perfect man, and able also to rule the whole body.
If you can be able to not offend somebody with your mouth, you can be able to control your whole body if you can control your mouth. Go ahead.
Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold, also ships, though they be so great and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listens. Even so, the tongue is a little member.
It's a small member. Your tongue is probably the smallest piece of your whole body. But what about it though?
And boasts great things.
It can say a lot of great things.
Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindled. And the tongue is a fire. A world of...
Didn't he just say that in Psalm 57? Read that again in Psalm 57.
And I lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of man whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue a sharp sword.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Troy.
And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defile the whole body.
It can make your whole body unclean.
And set on fire the course of nature, and is set on fire of hell.
Go ahead.
And of every kind of beasts and of birds and serpents and things in the sea is tamed. He have been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Therewith we bless we the Elohim, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude.
Don't you realize you'll see people standing out there on the street corner blessing people with their mouth, blessing y'all, but then turn around and curse somebody, tell them they going to hell because they white. You know what I'm saying? Tell them they going like this here just because just go use you because you told me this long time ago or something. We mentioned openly. Like she said, a dude told her because she had a Caucasian in her family that she was going to be a slave in the kingdom. Her only hope was to marry an Israelite. That's what he said. Like, what kind of stupidity is that?
That's dumb.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what that is? That's the knives. You know something like that could cause somebody to quit. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know something like that could cause somebody to blaspheme y'all? So you mean to tell me that all I can hope for is to be a slave? This is what you're telling me. It's a
I've already been a slave.
Been a slave. Am a slave.
But you're telling me.
That's my hope. Just to keep on being a slave. I might as well live it up then. If that's my hope, to be a slave, I already a slave. I don't like that too tough. That don't make no sense to it. But you know, words can get real, real deep. You know what I'm talking about? That's what he's telling you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Go ahead, Troy.
But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil full of deadly poison. Therewith we bless Elohim, even the Father, and curse we men which are made after the similitude of Elohim. Out of the same mouth proceed blessings and curses. My brother, these things ought not so to be.
So we have to really realize, especially this is like I've seen that for myself. Especially with, like you said, showing honor to the weaker vessel, really be more measured about what you say to them, especially, because they'll take things, and you can say something to a woman, and that's not what you intended, but she don't take it that way. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be done saying something, not being cognizant and realizing what you say to her and cause more damage than good. So you definitely got to be cognizant in a way. You know what I'm saying? Especially even dealing with the brethren. Be careful what you say. When you dealing out in the world and you deal with people, be careful what you say. You know what I'm saying? Be more measured in your speech. Think it out before you speak. You know what I'm saying? Come on over here and finish this song for yourself, man. Listen.
Be thou exalted, O Elohim, above the Shama'ims. Let thy glory be above all the earth.
We already know that. Mashiach above all things, right? Ascended on high, right? Come on.
They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me.
They digged a what?
They digged a pit before me.
They set up a cave for them, didn't they?
Into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. Salah.
Those who created iniquity against him, they fell in the cave too. They fell in the depth. Same thing happened to Saul, right? Give me Psalm 42 and 4, Pale. You good at Deuteronomy chapter 1. Well, hold on. Go back to Deuteronomy chapter 1. I got one thing I didn't hear. What we were going to look at Deuteronomy chapter 1 is we were seeing that the law came by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahushua son of Nun. He was the one who caused them to inherit. Why did he cause them to inherit? Because of the faith that he had. It's right there in the law. That's why he said if you believe Moses, you would have believed me because he wrote it me, and then we got to come back and finish. Finish quickly so my bladder's burning. Psalm 42 and 3. Psalms 42 and 3.
My tears have been my meat day and night,
My tears have been my meat day and night.
while they continually say unto me, where is our Elohim?
What did them people sit back and say to Masha? We was up in Matthew 27. They say, where your God at? You heard him say his tears was his meat. He's a man of sorrows. He was acquainted with grief. This is the reason being is why we mentioned it could be a Pale talking about this other day. If a man was acquainted with grief, then guess what he could be able to do? Give me Hebrews 2 and 14. Because y'all know that say that in Yeshayahu 53 or Isaiah 53, that he is a man acquainted with grief. So what would that tell us if he was acquainted with grief?
Meek, humble.
That he'd be able to sympathize with what you're going through. Because he understands, he knows. 2 and 14 Hebrew.
For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of
Sit
the
down.
same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
What else?
For verily he took not on him the nature of Malachines, but he took on him the seed of Abraham.
For what cause?
Wherefore in all things it behoved him to behoove him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and a faithful high priest in things pertaining to Yahuwah, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people.
What else?
For in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to secure them,
Y'all know what the word succor means?
succor them that are tempted.
Y'all know what that word means?
Like get attached.
That means to be an aid, a help, and a relief. An aid, a help, and a relief. How can somebody be an aid and a help and relief to you if you've never been acquainted with grief? There's no way that they can do that. How can anybody be an aid and a help and relief if they can't understand what you're going through? They don't even got to necessarily be able to understand 100%. They just would have to be able to know it to a certain degree. Like we were just talking about this last Thursday night. Now we know the only woman he ever loved passed away. But most of us in this room have experienced somebody that was close to you passing away. You know what I'm saying? That is a devastating feeling. You know what I'm saying? Now nobody can sit in here and say they can understand his feeling in that particular situation, but most of us can say, well, you know how you felt when somebody that was near to you passed away. Like I told her, my auntie passed away, that was rough. That took me a long time to deal with that. I smoked a lot of marijuana behind that. More than usual. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? There was nobody around me that could understand nothing whatsoever what was going through none of my peers. Nigga, we 19 years old. 18, 17 years old. What could they tell me? You know what I'm saying? There was nothing that they could really say. It was only one person that tried. You know what I'm saying? All they could come with was Christian stuff. Just go to the grave and go talk to her. I'm thinking to myself, nigga, she dead. I'm going to be standing here talking to grass. I'm going to feel like take off the G and the R. That's what I'm going to feel like when I'm standing here talking to grass. Because there's nobody here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to feel like. I'm going to feel real stupid. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody here. I'm literally, I was 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like that was in a 9-year span. You know, my granddaddy died in between that, but I was like 10. So you looking at two people gone. You know what I'm saying? How you going to deal with that? What's somebody going to tell you? That ain't even mentioning, we had the loss of peers during that time. You know, Harold had done died. Pretty Ricky had done died. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't, you know what I'm saying? But we wasn't that closer than where that would have hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think y'all ain't, none of my close friends got murdered during that time, boy. Because I know dudes who close friends got murdered when we was around that age. That was devastating for them.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? You 16, 17 years old, your homeboy get murdered. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't even got to get murdered because Pretty Ricky died of natural causes. You know what I'm saying? Harold died trying to break up a fight. Nigga was trying to shoot somebody else and shot him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that crazy stuff. And you be like, boy, you be saying, you know what? Well, I was just with that nigga yesterday. So that's why I sit back and tell you, man, boy, you love somebody, boy, you let them know. You know what I'm talking about? All that stuff, man, holding stuff off. Man, but you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going to happen, boy. Nigga come up stink. Then you're going to be regretting that. You know what I'm saying? Last thing my auntie ever told me was she loved me. That's the last thing I ever heard from her before she died. That's the last thing she ever heard from me. You get a little bit of solace from that. But boy, death is rough on those that are left behind. It's not hard on those that die. They don't even know they did. You know what I'm saying? They don't know they dead. We know. Come on, sir. Well, that's good right there. That's how he able to come on back to Psalm 42. That's how he able to help you out when you in grief. That's why he say my tears were my meat all the night. You sitting back looking at when you sorrowing, Hamashiach there to help you through that grief if you lean on him. That's why we were talking about last night. My strength is made perfect in weakness. If your tears are your meat, who else there gonna be able to help strengthen you? If your tears your meat, that means your sorrow your meat. That means Hamashiach sat back and looked at. He said, my flesh is meat indeed. He was very sorrowful, even unto death. Before he went and did that, he able to be that meat for you, even in that sorrow. Come on.
I'm at Deuteronomy 1 now.
Not you. Hell. Wherever you stop at. Psalm 42 and what? About verse 4?
Yeah, about 4. When I remember these things, when I pour out my soul in me.
When you do what?
When I pour out my soul in me.
How did the Mashiach pour out his soul? How he poured out his soul?
My soul sorrowful unto death.
When they hit him in his side, he emptied himself out. Come on.
For I had gone with the multitude. I went with them to the house of Elohim with the voice of joy and praise, with the multitude that kept the Kadesh day.
Whoa, think about that. Think about that. What are y'all hearing when you hear that? What you hear when you hear that? You hear something? Read it again, Pedro. You heard something? What you heard?
I heard we keep that Kaddish day. That makes me think about the Shabbat. That set apart day.
Read it again, Pedro. Listen to him.
For I had gone with the multitude.
The multitude.
I went with them to the house of Elohim.
I went with him to the house of Elohim.
With the voice of joy and
with
praise.
With joy and praise.
With the multitude.
On the what?
They kept the Kadesh day.
What y'all hear when you hear that? That's what you hear. We already talked about this. Didn't they sing a hymn on that day? Didn't they come with joy and praise? He didn't have a large multitude, but who was with him? His apostles was with him, didn't they? They went with him on the Kadesh day. That's when we turn around and look at, that's what we're supposed to be looking at, that no matter what we going through, every Kadesh day, every day is Kadesh, but some are more Kadesh than others. You're supposed to come up with that same joy and gladness that he had, even in the face of that sorrow. That's the trust he had in Yah. Come on.
While thou cast down, O my soul.
Why my soul cast down?
And while thou disquieted in me, hope thou in Elohim.
Do what?
Hope thou in Elohim.
Go ahead.
For I shall yet praise him for the help of his countenance.
Go ahead.
O my Elohim, my soul is cast down within me.
You heard he say the help of his countenance, and what does Jephthah mean? He will be facing, right? If you come under Yah, what Yah gonna do with you? He gonna come to you. You turn your face to him, he'll turn his face to you. You turn your face from him, he will turn his face from you. Go ahead.
O my Elohim, my soul is cast down within me.
It's cast down.
Therefore will I remember thee from the land of Jordan.
What verse you in?
6.
Go ahead, you good. We ain't got to what I want.
And of the Hermonites from the hill of Mizar.
Yes, sir.
Deep calleth unto deep.
Deep calleth unto what?
Deep calleth unto deep.
What else?
At the noise of thy waterspouts.
At the noise of your what?
Of thy waterspouts.
And what else?
All thy waves and thy billows are gone over.
What y'all think that's talking about?
From the grave.
Give me 1 Corinthians 2:14. Read that again. Listen to him.
From Sheol.
Deep calleth unto deep.
Deep calleth unto deep.
At the noise of thy waterspouts.
At the noise of your water spout.
All thy waves and thy billows are gone over me.
Go ahead. To a certain extent, they're talking about the grave, but that ain't what I'm shooting at right now. 1 Corinthians 2:14.
But the natural man receive not the things of the Ruach of Elohim, but they are foolishness unto him.
That's what y'all don't sit back and look at. A carnal-minded person can't get this. He say the brutish understand not. He say the Ruach of truth the world cannot receive because the world has not known him. He say, but you know him and he shall dwell with you. This is why he's able to comfort his wife and cheer her up. You know what I'm talking about? Because only those that are of him will receive him and know him and grow in him. Everybody is not of him. This man has told us that numerous times. The wilderness shows us that. As hard as that may sound, the wilderness shows us that. Everybody don't have the right Ruach, a different Ruach like Caleb did. Come on.
Neither can he know them.
He can't know it.
Because they are spiritually discerned.
They can't even tell the difference between right and wrong.
He that is spiritual judgeth all things.
Go ahead.
Yet he himself
Back
is
me up at verse
judge
11.
of no man. Verse 11. For what man knoweth the things of
What
man,
man knoweth the things of man?
save the ruach of man which is in
The
him?
deep things of the deep from the water spout, right? Come on.
Even so the things of Elohim knoweth no man, but the spirit or the ruach of Elohim.
Is that not what Psalm 42 telling me? Who gonna know the deep things of man but that water spout? He said that the beloved was a man after his own heart. The only reason why he could know that is because the Ruach of Elohim searched his Ruach to be able to determine this. You know what I'm saying? Read that again, Troy.
For what man knoweth the things of a man, save the ruach of man which is in him?
Mm-hmm.
Even so the things of Elohim knoweth no man, but the ruach of Elohim. Now we have received not the ruach of the world,
We ain't got the Ruach of the world.
but the ruach which is of Elohim,
And what else?
that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Elohim.
If you got the Ruach of the world, there's no way you can know y'all. If we got the Ruach of Elohim, the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. You would know the things of Elohim, he gave it to you freely. Did you have to pay for it? Come on.
Which things also we speak,
Doing what?
not in the words.
We don't speak how the world speak. Come on.
Not in the words which man's wisdom teach, but which the Ruach HaKodesh teach,
Doing what?
comparing Ruach with the Ruach.
So we compare the word with the word. Be able to get an understanding. Finish that Deuteronomy chapter 1. I appreciate it, sir. You good at Psalm 42, sir. I got Psalm 142 in my mind, but we're not going to deal with that. I'm going to deal with what I came here for. Troy, get me 2 Samuel 23 and about 8 like I asked earlier. And now let's run all this down.
Also that Elohim was angry with me for your sakes, saying, Thou also shalt not go in thither.
They just pick up where you at with Caleb. You ain't got to read nothing twice.
Say Caleb the son of Jephthah, he shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he have charted upon, and to his children, because he have wholly followed the Elohim.
He said he wholly followed him. Now I'm going to ask y'all a question. He said he'll give that to Mashiach. Mashiach wholly followed him. He did not deviate or sin in any form. How many of y'all want to be of his children, of his progeny? Now, if you want to be of his children and his progeny, then you're going to have to wholly follow after him, same way that Caleb did, to inherit this same land. Because he said, I gave this to Caleb because he followed after me with the whole heart and the whole mind and the whole soul. Therefore, all those who are born of him will inherit this. We know that anybody who served a Mashiach served the Father with the whole heart, the whole mind, and the whole soul. We know that we would be born of him. He said, what manner of love hath the Father bestowed upon us that we should be called the sons of Elohim? We can only become the sons of Elohim by being born through Yahushua HaMashiach because of the different Ruach and him following after the Father wholly, that we could be his children. Because you know he's called Mighty Father in Yeshayahu chapter 9, right? That means he birthed us. So in order for us to get this same inheritance to enter into this kingdom, we got to do the same thing. And what was he born through? He said, even though he was a son, he learned obedience by the things that he suffered. Just what we were talking about last night. The persecution and the tribulation and all that stuff. Because I didn't hit it from that angle last night. Because then we can go look at Yahushua and see that for him to inherit the kingdom of Shamahim, he had to be persecuted and he had to be humble and he had to be afflicted and he had to go through all manner of tribulation for him to get it. And if we're going to be made in the likeness of his image, guess what that means all of us going to have to go deal with? You're going to have to too in order to receive. It's no different. Anybody who received anything of Elohim, the mighty things of Elohim, the kingdom, the inheritance, all the things that he has, you're going to have to go through that. You got to be, I got to see if you're going to keep my commandments or not. He took a Mashiach through that to see. He said that in the law. I did all this to prove you whether you would keep my commandments or no. How else he gonna know if you're gonna keep his commandments or not if everything's sweet? Come on. What do you say about Yahushua, son of Nun? What do you say about it?
But Yahushua, the son of Nun, which stand before thee, he shall go in thither, encourage him, for he shall cause Yasharal to inherit.
So you see, grace and truth came by, the law came by Moses, but grace and truth came by Yahushua, son of Nun. Or Yahushua, right? Because he led them in the land and then he circumcised them twice. He circumcised them the second time. That was mercy. What did you think a Mashiach was coming to do? Circumcise you the second time, right? Circumcise you in the heart. That's why he say salvation is of the Yahudim. He say a Yahudim is not one of the flesh, but is one inwardly, whose circumcision is of the heart. Come on, 2 Samuel 23 and 8. I can run this down. So when we turn around and we look at that cave, and meaning the justice of the people, Perry, you can get me Micah 1 and 11. You got to sit back and look at it. As that grave was for our justice, you can get me 1 Peter 3 and about 17.
Second Samuel 23 and 8.
Yep.
These be the names of the mighty men whom Daud had. The Tachmonite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was the Adino, the Isnite. He lifted up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time. And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Ahohite, one of the 3 mighty men with Daud, when they defied the Philistines that were gathered together to battle, and the men of Yashrael were going away. He arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave unto his sword. And Yahuwah wrote a great victory that day.
He did a what? He did what?
He wrought a great victory that day.
And what else?
And the people returned after him only to spoil. And after him was Shammah, the son of Agi, the Harite, and the Philistines were gathered together into a troop, where was a piece of ground full of lentils. And the people fled from the Philistines.
What verse you in?
11.
Go ahead.
He stood in the midst of the ground and defended it. And
He stood in the midst of the ground and did what?
Defended
He
it.
stood in the midst of the ground and did what?
Defended it.
Come on.
And slew the Philistines.
And slew the Philistines.
And Yahuwah wrought a great victory.
And he wrought a great victory. Come on.
And 3 of the 30 chief went down and came to
And how many of the chief went down?
33 of the chief came and went down to Daud in the harvest time.
In the wind?
Harvest time.
In the wind?
The harvest time.
Come on.
Unto the cave of Adallum.
Came to him in the cave at harvest time.
And the troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Raphaim.
Hold on. Will you, Pell, get me John chapter 20 and verse 1. See, these chief men, right, came to him at his cave at harvest time. Say he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it. You keep your 1 Peter 3 and 17. So this is actually going to show you something. Him fighting the Philistines was for what? For the justice of the people, right? To defeat them.
Yeah, I was looking at the uncircumcised people.
This is what that's about. This is why David is fighting against them, for the justice of the people, to free the people. You know what I'm saying? He was standing up on the people's behalf, right? But he was doing it from a cave, though. The same way we already read in 1 Samuel 22 and 1 that they went down to him to holler at him in his cave, right? And then they gathered themselves to him. Get me 1 Samuel 22. Somebody get it for me. I'm glad I finished wondering what
1 Samuel 22 and 1.
No, I'm saying.
1 Samuel
I'm going to take a turn ahead.
1 Samuel 22 and 1.
Come on.
Daud therefore departed thence and escaped to the cave of Adullam. And when his brother and all the father's house heard it, they went down there to him.
And they heard he was in that cave. They went down to holler at him.
And everyone that was in distress and everyone that was
Everybody that's in distress. Remember he said he can be an aid, a help, and a relief to all those who are in trouble. You are in distress. Come on.
and everyone that was in debt and everyone
In debt.
that was discontented.
He said, forgive your debtors.
Give our debt to him.
You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because you were in debt. Remember, he said you were bought with a price. Remember, that goes back to Leviticus 25 with the right of redemption when you done sold yourself into slavery. You owe. Everybody who owes, they come to him. Listen, what else? Go ahead.
And everyone that was discontented gathered themselves.
You know what it is to be discontent? You're not happy.
And they gathered themselves unto him.
And they came unto him.
And he became a captain over them.
Come on, Pell.
It says, the first day of the week
The first day of the week.
cometh Mary Magdalene early when it was yet dark to the sepulchre, and seeth the stone taken away from the sepulchre.
Seen that stone rolled, the reproach rolled away. Come on.
Then she runneth and cometh to Simon Kepha and the other disciple whom Yahushua loved.
You know how many disciples came to that grave? Instead of 33, you know how many came? 3. Go ahead.
whom Yahusha loved, and said unto them, They have taken away the master out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they have laid him.
And you know when they came, you know what it was? It was harvest time. Because he was first fruit. It said they came to the cave during harvest time. They were running down to the cave because it was harvest time. And you know why? Because he defended the ground. They say he defended the ground, right? Come on.
Kepha therefore went forth with the other disciple and came to the sepulchre. So they both ran together, and other disciples did outrun Kepha and came to the first to the sepulchre.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And he stooping down and looking in saw the linen clothes lying, yet went he not in.
That's good. When they came down there to that grave, they came to Adallum. We already done read how he ended up that grave, him being the justice of the people, him coming about that grave allowed him to be captain over the people. The only reason why this could happen is because he was beloved of the Father. You know what I'm saying? Who else did he set up to be captain over the people? That all those who were in debt, all those who were in distress, and all those who were unhappy would gather themselves unto. You know what I'm saying? This man say 1 Peter 3:17.
For it is better if the will of Elohim be so that ye suffer for well doing than for evil doing. For Yahusha also has once suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that he might bring us
Do you not realize something that he told Saul that I'm going to give the kingdom to somebody who's better than you? That David suffered all those things, the just for the unjust? He suffered all them things because Saul was unjust. He suffered all this stuff lined back up. Because before that even happened with Bathsheba, before that even happened, boy, David was suffering things that Saul was trying to kill him, wasn't it? Just suffering for the unjust. What did David do wrong?
And he was a little brother, so you know he was getting it. He says his brother was mad that he was down.
Just for the unjust. Just for the unjust. Come on.
being put to death in the flesh, but quickened by the Ruach.
You don't even realize David was being put to death. He say he went in the ground and he defended it. Put to death in the flesh, but made alive by the Ruach. Because he said y'all wrought a great victory that day. 1 Corinthians 15 and 54. You know how he sit back looking at he wrote that great victory? Because he was the hook. He was the nail. He was secure. He was secure because he was nailed to his Father in faith. That's what we got to turn around and look at. How many of y'all nailed to faith? How many of you done crucified yourself with him through faith? Man, this thing bigger than just keeping some laws, statutes, and commandments. We know we got to follow that. But where's your heart at? Where's your mind at? Where's your faith at? Where is your amunah at? Your firmness, your conviction. It's supposed to be settled in the rock. 1 Corinthians 15 and 54.
So when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass.
What's the saying that's going to be brought to pass?
The saying that is written.
What's written?
Death is swallowed up in victory.
Don't you realize you see David has swallowed up death and victory? They surely thought they were going to die, didn't they? But it was swallowed up in victory, though. It was swallowed up in victory. Where your victory coming from? How you going to overcome and get the victory? 1 John 5 and 4 one more time. Since it's on my mind, man. We talking about overcoming. You got to be able to overcome your own self. You got to make sure your greatest enemy is not the person that's in between your two heels. Because that's your greatest enemy. That's a bigger enemy than Satan himself. 5 and 4.
Who is he that overcomes the world?
Who is he that overcome the world?
But he that believes in it believes that Yahusha is the son of Yahuwah.
Say it like it's written.
Who is he that overcome the world? But he that believes that Yahusha is the son of Elohim.
There you go.
This is he that came by water and blood, even Yahusha HaMashiach, not by water only, but by water and blood.
See how he emptied himself out? So he could be filled with the deep things of Elohim. You know what I'm saying? The deep things. So all this is what we were looking at when we were talking about light. The Rosh, the Ud, and the All. This is what light symbolizes. Hamash, he said in the beginning, he said light, there was, or he said let there be light, and there was light. And Elohim saw the light and it was good. You know what I'm saying? So you know what he saw that was good? Colossians 1 and 18. Pale, get me Galatians 5 and 22. Stanley, give me Titus 2 and verse 14. Go ahead.
But the fruit of the Ruach is love.
Is what?
Is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no
Read
law.
that again.
Meekness,
Come out
temperance.
from the top.
Oh, but the fruit of the Ruach is love,
So husbands, that you're going to dwell with your wife according to knowledge, love. Next,
joy,
keep her happy. Next,
peace,
make sure it's shalom in the house. Next,
long suffering,
have patience with her. Next,
gentleness,
be gentle with her. Next,
goodness,
be good to her. What else?
faith,
Lead the household by faith.
meekness.
So when you when you look at leading the household by faith, boy, everybody can't pull that off. You know what I'm saying? Because you got niggas single, you got women single. They ain't even got that. You know what I'm saying? A faithful man cover a whole house. So he gonna lead the whole house. Why you think he said a Mashiach over the house? Faithful man lead the whole house. Come on.
Meekness,
Humbleness, be humble with her. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
temperance.
Have some self-control.
Against such there is no
Ain't
law.
nothing in the law against none of that. Y'all would never tell you not to do these things. Come on.
And they that are Mashiachs have
And you sit
crucified.
back and realize all the things we just looked at, a Mashiach dwelt with his wife and according in the same fashion. So that means all us doing, we got to be conformed to his image and do the same thing. Come on.
And they that are Hamashiachs
They done what?
have crucified.
They did what?
Have crucified.
They did what?
Have crucified the flesh
They nailed themselves and secured themselves under this man's stake.
with the affections and lusts.
They got that stuff out of here. Come on, Troy. Colossians 1 and 18. Buffet hands with it.
And he is the head of the body,
He's the head of the body.
the assembly,
He's first.
who is the beginning,
He's chief.
the firstborn.
That's good. Get me Hebrew 3 and 1. Go, we got to roll. It's 5:05. I need to be done in about 5:10.
Bro, you said not a minute.
I've been having to urinate profusely for at least an hour.
Breathe, take deep breaths.
And I ain't got to take no
To the
deep breath,
top of
man. Man, look here, man. We getting money right now.
Well, this some ice cold water I got here.
That ain't gonna look here, man. That stuff don't affect you. That might affect you.
The lip, bro.
I'm a strong cat. You know what I'm saying? Come on, sir. I mean, that wouldn't bother me because, boy, I'm talking about, boy, you don't want to know what I do because I urinate in the room.
Nigga, please.
All right. If it was that serious before I urinate on myself, I would urinate in this room.
Okay.
I'm saying, before I would pass water on myself, I would literally step off in the corner and urinate in this room.
What's going on, brother?
It don't matter. You'll move when you see me moving to it. I bet you that.
You gonna need this.
I bet you that. I ain't trying to be nasty. I'm just giving you a equation. But if it was that serious where I felt like I was going to urinate on myself, I'll urinate in the room. They'll be mad with me. They might tell me, don't you never come back here.
Both just go to the restroom.
I mean, I'm working right now. Can't go to the restroom. Gotta hold it. Come
You
on.
gonna go in the corner.
I said if. Come on. Hebrews 3 and 1, bro. I mean, I'm actually I'm not going to actually urinate when people stab me. Come on.
Wherefore, Kodash brethren, partakers of the Shamayim calling, consider the apostle and high priest of our profession, Yahushua HaMashiach, who was faithful to him that appointed him, as also Mushar was faithful in all his
That
house.
ain't what I want. I wanted 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 3. That's what I want. Because I got to show you how he chief. He the chief shepherd. You know, I was looking at something earlier. You know, Bishop actually talks about being firstborn or first of elders, things of that nature. That's what it translates to.
1 Peter 5 and 3. Neither as being masters over Elohim's heritage, but being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fade not
Now
away.
you know how he ended up being a chief shepherd?
Busy.
Because he died to remarry his wife. That's how he was able to be first. That's why he's the first elder, the firstborn of many brethren. Firstborn of all creation. Why? Because he went down and because he was beloved of the Father. He was beloved of the Father because he sought to do all the things that the Father sent him to do, which allowed him to go into Adallum, or that cave, to execute the justice of the people, to make him be first and chief. And but before he could even go into Adallum, he was beloved because he did that. He crucified himself. Now we got to turn around and follow that same pattern. If we want to be beloved and become sons of Yah, then we got to be willing to crucify ourselves to a Mashiach, be immersed in his name to go down in the Adallum for the justice of the people, that you might come out strong. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when we look at light and we know in him was the light and the light was the life of men, right? Then we realize that when we look at this light, that we need to dwell in him who was first, secure ourselves to his death, and through that we will be made strong through his resurrection. We will have power with him. You know what I'm saying? We would have power with him. When you have power with him, that's when if it's something that you're doing is wrong and he show it to you, you'll drop it. You know what I'm saying? If you're strong in him when you're going through affliction and suffering, you would endure it. When you're strong in him, you would have self-control and you would resist it. And you would have the thing like he talked about singing and have that joy. See, you know what I'm talking about? You know, some people exude joy in different manners. You know what I'm saying? I like to say, man, even at my lowest point, I still had joy in Yah. I was alive. Because it's somebody that's not alive. It's somebody who died as I spoke these words. And there's no light in the grave. There's no repentance in the grave. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have joy in Yah no matter what my circumstance was. Homeless or a mansion. Rich or poor. Married or single. Children or childless. Hungry or fed. Naked or clothed. Hot or warm. Huh? I mean, you know what the word say. Naked is mean, boy, you doing bad, boy. Got some talent. I ain't finna walk around no grown big rusty nigga. They probably, hey, boy, I been in prison, boy. Niggas be whitewashing. You know what I'm saying? You be around here showering, nigga next to you doing this here. So what's going on with you, boy? Hey, what's going on? Oh, like niggas like to do in public. All these urinals. All these urinals. And you come want to urinate right by me. I'm talking about, see, y'all women and y'all don't have the problems. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all got the stalls, it's blocked off.
I learned don't go to the sauna at night, even if it is 24 hours.
Okay then. Don't want to know what you experienced. But I'm telling you, right, you can have like, if y'all ain't never been in the men's bathroom, never see a urinal. You'll have all these urinals like right next to each other. And you could be urinating right here. And somebody will come right next to you and say, so how you doing? So you really felt the need to come all this space and you want to come pull your penis out and talk to me while you hold it.
Usually a Gentile.
Yes! Every last time. It's like,
Like it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense to them, though.
You know what I'm saying? You know what the worst part is? You could be at the urinal all the way in the corner, the last one, and they will walk all the way down there and stand next to you to urinate. So how, buddy, how's your day going? It was doing a lot better till you walked over.
I'm going to give y'all a story when the camera goes on.
Please do. We want that one on tape. Come on, man. I'm just messing.
No, we don't.
Put your feet down.
Go ahead. Who would read?
I think you said you wanted 1 Peter 3:7.
No, we got it.
I'm in Titus, so I don't know.
Yeah, I got. Go ahead and read that Titus. You finish your Pell.
Nobody knows, man.
Titus 2 and 4.
Who gave himself for us that he might redeem us from all iniquity. And
He gave himself for us. You know he gave himself for you to be a hook, a nail, and secure, to go into the grave, to be a justice for the people, to redeem you so that you could be with the first one who was chief. And what else?
And purify unto himself a peculiar people.
Make you strange.
Zealous of
See, that's
good
the thing,
works.
hold on. And passionate to do what's right in his eyesight. That means you supposed to be strange to these people. Strange. Come on.
Zealous of good works.
Passionate to do what's right.
These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority.
He said you ought to speak them, you ought to warn them, and you ought to correct them with all power that comes from Yahushua HaMashiach. Come on.
And let no man despise you.
Don't nobody despise you. Back me up to 12 though. You stop right there.
Teaching us that denying ungodliness.
Teaching us that denying ungodliness
and worldly lust.
and worldly lust.
We should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this
That's how
present
you're going to be able to be
world.
strong. You know what I'm saying? Praise y'all for Yahushua HaMashiach and the word.
Praise ye Yahweh.